and welcome into Getting Help from Uncle Sam. Well, in the state of Alabama, we are a very patriotic state, and per capita, we have one of the largest veterans groups of people that still reside in the state of Alabama. And to make sure they're taken care of okay, Kent Davis is in charge of the Alabama Department of Veterans Affairs.
Jack,
wonderful organization, by the way.
Well, thanks. That's very kind of you.
You do a great job with it.
Thanks so much. We have one mission, taking care of veterans.
And you're doing a great job with it.
I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Now, as I said on the onset there, we are blessed to have so many people that have joined the service in this state and have come back to the state, that lived here. More importantly, such as yourself, we have a lot of veterans that are here that weren't born in Alabama, but served in Alabama and came back when they retired.
Yep, I'm actually one of the rare ones. I was born right here in Montgomery, and
I
came back here. But we have a lot of people. In fact, we have a lot of people who serve at the military bases and decide this is where they want to stay when they're done, whether it's Redstone Arsenal or Maxwell Air Force Base or Fort Novacell. They settle in those areas, and I think it's a tribute to how welcoming Alabama is to those who either are in uniform or previously served in uniform. It's a very patriotic state.
Absolutely. So, your Department of Veterans Affairs, you have a state office in each county.
Almost. We have 62 offices around the state.
Right.
There are 67 counties. We're trying to get back in more counties. In fact, met with some officials in Colbert County just last week to talk about establishing an office there. So that might be our next office. But one of my goals is to try to get back in every county. We used to have an office in every county in Alabama, but about 20 years ago, offices were closed. We're going in the opposite direction now. But that's just one of many things that we're doing in the state these days.
Show us some more.
Okay. So one of our missions is we take care of veterans in need of long-term care.
Okay.
We have a great partnership with the Federal Department of Veterans Affairs.
Good.
I mean that sincerely. It is a very close partnership. We work in tandem every day. It's a complementary relationship. There's no competition. We're in constant communication just to make sure we meet one goal, and it's taking care of Alabama's veterans. And I'm grateful for that federal support. But one of the unique missions that we have as the Alabama Department of Veterans Affairs is long-term care, nursing home care, assisted living, memory care. We have a high demand, and it's growing, you know.
Yes.
We have the World War II generation, Korean War generation, and now the Vietnam War generation. It's been over 50 years.
It's on the cusp right now.
Yeah, it's been over 50 years since the end of the
right.
Vietnam War, and we find that there's an increasing number of Vietnam veterans in need of long-term care. We do have a waiting list to get into our homes. To alleviate that waiting list, we are building a brand new state veterans home down in Enterprise, Alabama, that we're opening in September of 2024. It'll be a beautiful facility.
This year. I remember because you started working on that when COVID hit.
We did.
And it became challenging, and you did. And it was kind of like, is it going to go or not go? And you were, it's going.
It was a little iffy whether we were going to be able to pull this project off because of COVID and funding issues and the supply pipeline and construction projects. We are on track, we're on time, we're on budget. I know that's a little shocking for a government project, but things have gone very well, and we really look forward, after 5 years into this project, we're going to open the doors in September. So that'll be a big boost to the veterans of Alabama and their families.
And how big a facility is it? Obviously, we usually call it beds.
Yeah, it's very large. It's about a 100-acre facility.
Wow.
Will house 174 residents, but it is a full care facility, full skilled nursing facility with lots of recreational activities, and it will be a nice home for those veterans who have served their country honorably and with dignity, and it's a way to pay them back.
And that's one of those that's a joint thing between the state and the federal, right?
Absolutely, yeah. The construction was jointly funded by the federal government and the state, another example of that great partnership. And I gotta say, the city of Enterprise and Coffee County, where it's located, have been wonderful partners. Financially, the moral support, help with getting through the processes, which I know this will shock you. Government projects, sometimes there's a lot of bureaucracy involved, but
I think they call that red tape.
well, yeah, that's exactly right. the local officials down there, Mayor Cooper, his staff, the county officials have just been absolutely wonderful. It is a true partnership, federal, state, and local government coming together, and the private sector as well.
And for people that are watching the show right now, if they know of somebody that may need that help, what should they do?
Excellent question. The easiest thing to do, and this is so easy to remember, a veteran, their family, or a friend can pick up the phone and dial 988.
Okay.
And then you're prompted as a veteran or a friend or family member of a veteran to dial 1. That 988 plus the 1 gets you to tailored services specifically for veterans. And that can include intensive help, including referral to a crisis center, to the federal VA, to assist with those veterans. That's one easy way to do it. They can always contact us. We're in the business of making referrals, making sure we get the veteran to the right service available to them, and that's what we do every day. So veterans are also welcome to reach out to us, and we'll get them to the right place.
Great. Well, thank you so much for what you do, because I know you could be retired doing nothing, but I know you well enough to know you're going to do it. And of course, as we get closer, because we're about 3 months away from the opening of that new facility.
We are.
When we get closer, we'll bring you back, and maybe we'll have some video to show.
Oh, that would be
And
great.
that would be great, so people know, because everybody will be invited to come down.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be a big event.
And we'll be right back right after this.